welcome to my YouTube channel. I decided to start YouTube literally today, and we're making the first video right now. So you already know the vibes. Don't overthink it, overdo it, and that's exactly what we're doing. In this first video, what we're discussing is how to set up the very strict program that you want to run in the new year. Now, if you've come here from my Instagram, you probably have seen a 1 to 2 minute overview of how I do this. But in this video, I really want to go in depth with my practice, my thought process of how I set up the way that I want to run my life for the new year. So we've all heard the phrase like running a strict program. It's very popular on social media. But what really clicked in my brain is when I started thinking about my life as a literal program. Programs have systems, they have methods, mission statements, vision statements. Somebody really thinks through how to set up a program before one goes live. That's not a willy-nilly activity. And I don't really think we should be being willy-nilly with our lives, our goals, our dreams, etc. So that's why I decided this year I'm setting up a literal program, and that's how I'm going to run my life. So I started with just a literal name, the Camille Viviana School of Delulu. And basically it's because I knew that I wanted my guiding principle, the thing that's really leading me this year, to be this spirit of being delusional, the spirit of dreaming bigger, the spirit of thinking nothing is out of reach for me. That really comes from me just always kind of having that thought process in me from a small child. I'm from a small town in Mississippi, and where I come from and with the skill set that I have, they were like, little miss talks a lot. You can be a lawyer. That would be so cute for you. And we are like so excited about it. And I was like, cute. But then this guy named Rick Deaton in my 11th grade class was like, my parents are lawyers. All they do is read, write, and talk on the phone all day. Like, you don't want to do that. It's not giving nothing. And I was like, really? And he was like, no, I'm so serious. Like, do not. Find you something else. That, I cannot express to you how deeply that stuck in my brain, where I was like, actually, no, I think he's right. Like, I don't really want to do that. And so I had to find a different path for myself, something else. And coming from a small town, people did not get that. Like, people were constantly telling me up until the point that I started seeing some success in life, like, you need to figure out like what you're doing with your life. And I was like, no, this is it. Like, I'm doing it. And they were like, no. Whatever though. You know what I mean? I said we're being delusional, not we're recruiting a cheering squad. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's okay if other people don't get it, as long as you're committed to the vision. That's part of the delusions of grandeur. Now, whatever you kind of want to name your program, whatever the theme of that program is, whatever is guiding the program, think of it in like a thematic sense, right? So if you've ever been involved in Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America, right? It's like, the whole kind of gag of it all is in the name. You know, it's a dead giveaway. And that's kind of what you want the name of your program to be. You want it to be a giveaway of like, yes, this is what I'm doing. Like, you may be running the health and wellness program. Like, yes, baby, for 2026, I'm only focused on health and wellness, and more power to you, sister. I'm here for it. So when you think about your name, think about that theme that's really going to be guiding you in 2026. What is it going to be for you? For me, it's delusion. Okay, y'all, I want a new house so bad. Hold on, stay focused, because sometimes I get off topic. Okay, but real quick, this is a great house. Beautiful. I want a new one though. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Some people, like, you know, I was telling my family this at Christmas, and they were like, you just got that house. And I was like, I know. And we didn't, and somebody else can live in it, and they can enjoy it and stuff. And I get the new one. Anyway, moving on. But that's part of the Delulu. So name your program and make the name very obvious as to what it's going to be. Now, I have just written my program down on a piece of paper. I haven't yet like displayed it somewhere, but I'm going to get there. So that'll be coming in a future video. I'm really excited about this. So anyway, once I had the name of my program solidified, I decided that we needed some guiding principles. And so, you know, in any program, it's like we have something that really guides this program, or something that this program is like really about, and this is like what we say committed to. If you've ever been to Sweet Green, they have like their guiding principles on the wall. It's really cute, actually. And it's about like fresh ingredients and good food and all of these things. And so that right there in itself is a program, because it's like your workers have to look at that every single day and be like, yes, stay committed to being a positive team member, because that's a part of our guiding principles. So for me, my guiding principle is to stop overthinking it and start overdoing it. That's the guiding principle. So it's like whenever I need to come back down to earth and ask myself, like, what is my litmus test? Are you overthinking? Okay. If you're just going back and forth with it and you're wrestling with it and you're overthinking it, I have two options. Number one is to overdo it. That means start, make some progress, move forward on it. Number two is to put it down. Write it in the idea jar, make it tangible, and then save it for a later date and keep it moving. Otherwise, it just becomes this fodder in your mind that's keeping you up at night, and it's just keeping you like, you know what I'm saying? It's just brain fog. And it's like you have to sleep peacefully at night, because that's part of the program. That's part of the program, for real. So you don't want all of these things just hanging over your head of like, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And it's like, at the end of the day, that's your choice. It's your choice to decide what you should be doing. And if you really want to do it, then start. And if you really don't, put the idea away. That way, it's not just sitting in the ether. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like sitting something on a shelf and then saying like, I'm going to come back to it, I'm going to come back to it, I'm going to come back to it. Baby, throw it away or use it. And that's what you have to do with your ideas and with all these things that are clogging up your mental energy. Throw it away or use it. But decide. Don't stick it in a box and in a corner that you got to look at, and then it becomes clutter in your mind. Okay? That's super duper uber important. What I decided after my guiding principles, and I feel like you can have multiple guiding principles if you want to, but what I decided after my guiding principles is a methodology. So these are core practices that I'm going to implement in order to help me really realize the delulu of it all, and really help me stop overthinking it and start overdoing it. And I have this, I believe I want to say, in my notes app. It's on my paper too, but just not in a readily available position. So my core practices, number one, are going to be prayer. Okay. So here's the thing. Gotta stay connected to the main source. Via COVID, I really stopped going to church in person. So I kind of stopped going to church in person during COVID. I had kids, small kids. Never really felt too comfortable just carting them to church, because it was just like people and germs, and then putting them in the daycare at the church. Anyway, I made all these excuses as to why, like, I just wasn't going to physical church, and I'm deleting all that in 2026. So I'm going back to physical church and really just prioritizing like my faith walk and my prayer walk, and being really, really intentional about it. You know, God has blessed me so tremendously that sometimes when you're on the height of them blessings, you can get laxed in remembering to acknowledge the blesser, you know? So I want to make sure that I'm being intentional. I'm writing down everywhere when I'm thinking about, oh, this is my plan for this, and this is my plan for that, and this is my plan for this, and then the third. I'm putting prayer at the center, because it's like, let God guide me, and also let me also always acknowledge that He is the provider for me, and that He is the source from which all of these things come. And I don't ever want to take Him out of the center of that. But that's just on me, not preaching you a sermon today. But I might in the future, you never know. Secondly is journaling. Okay, again, if you've come in from my Instagram, then you already know the Do It Journal is my little baby. I developed this while I was postpartum, because I needed a tool to help me organize my thoughts, get over brain fog, like accomplish my goals in a really simple way. And so that's how I came up with the Do It Journal. And I love her. She's so great and exciting, but we're not talking about her today. Today we're talking about the Strict program, although we're going to implement it in the Do It Journal, but that'll be in a later video. So thirdly is affirmations. I live for a good affirmation. Like in the Do It Journal on the daily pages, you do an affirmation every single day. So you create that affirmation that you need for you. You can say the same one every day, whatever you want that to be. But I'm big on an affirmation. It matters, okay? These affirmations matter because that is programming your brain. When you think about a strict program, why do you think they made you say the Pledge of Allegiance every day in school? They was trying to train you on America. I'm saying train yourself on them thoughts you want to think. And even in the Bible, I'm getting into my sermon life, but even in the Bible, it says, whatsoever thoughts are good, whatsoever thoughts are pure, whatsoever thoughts are lovely, like think on these things. Don't think on the negative all day and night all long. Like that's not it. So think on those positive things. Next, in terms of my core practices are ideation. So I am an ideas person. I love a good idea. It is like my life's joy to help people bring their ideas to life. I'm the person that my friends call when they're like, oh, I want to do XYZ. What do you think? And my answer is always like, yes, heck yes, whatever. I don't care what it is, but my answer is yes. And I'm always going to try to help you put that idea into a plan so that you can action on it. So for me, when it comes to my ideas, like I want to, number one, nurture my ideas and either bring them to life or put them in the idea jar and look at them later. So I just don't want to lose ideas this year, and I want to prioritize taking intentional time to like come up with ideas, because I think ideas are what help us create and what help us move our life forward. Organization is going to be the next one. So type B baddie right here. I'm not a naturally organized person. And in 2026, I just recognize that there are so many things that I'm going to be able to move forward in a better way if those things are organized, rather than me kind of being like, oh, it took me 20 minutes to like find a shirt this morning because the shirt was buried under a pile of laundry that I should have folded a long time ago, and blah, blah, blah. So organization is shooting to the top of my list. I'm purging closets, drawers. I'm emptying things out. Like I'm literally just disassociating and cleaning things out for real. Because I have to get organized, and organization is a skill. It is a skill that I can learn, that I can practice, and that I can improve upon. I do not have to be a naturally organized person to be an organized person, okay? What can I say? I'm an unnaturally organized person. That's what I'm trying to get to in 2026. Just because you do not have a natural affinity for something doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to do it, okay? I didn't have a naturally affinity for math, but guess what? I had to pass the algebra 2 exam. And did I do it? Yes, I did. You know what I'm saying? Because I had no choice. So I had to sit in that class and lock in. Even though in some of my other classes, I might have been able to goof off and still get the answer. But that's how you have to apply those principles to different parts of your life. Where it's like, if this is going to help me, then it doesn't matter if I'm not naturally good at it. Like, okay, be unnaturally good at it. Like, learn. Hello. Stay focused. Anyway, sorry. I had to get on to myself right quick for that, because sometimes when I think about the level of decluttering that I have to do, it can be overwhelming, but don't overthink it, overdo it. Lastly, for the core practices, for me, it's going to be personal care. This is huge when it comes to my health and wellness, beauty routines, all of the things. So I actually recently bought a Stanley cup. This is my first one. I know I'm late to the party. And this was on sale for, I want to say $21, although this is the 20 ounce and I think most people have the 40 ounce. But my point is, I bought this because I have been dehydrated daily for months. It's like I drink coffee, I go on about my day, I forget to eat. Like or I make food for the kids and then I don't make food for myself. And there's just a lot of things that I need to do to improve my wellness. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get a cup. I'm going to fill it up with water at the beginning of my day when I'm doing my coffee. And like today, I've been doing it. I've been intentional about it. And I'm taking in so much more water. And I feel so much better. Like my energy is up. My skin doesn't feel like tight and just like tired. My eyes don't feel tired. And those were real problems that I was having, where I was just feeling like a stiff wind could blow me over. And it's like, you're dehydrated and malnourished, boo. You know? So personal care is huge for me. I'm about to start cooking. I'm implementing a Sunday dinner routine. Part of that is because I also want to build community. So I'm going to be inviting people over to try my cooking. I did this in like 2017 when I got engaged, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna be like that wife and I'm gonna be cooking, and it's like he didn't marry me for my cooking, you know. But I still learned how to make a few things. So on Wednesday nights, people would come over to my house after church and I would have cooked a meal, and sometimes people would be like, bussin' is hidden, and sometimes they would be like, pizza after, like, you know, type vibes. But at the end of the day, I was trying, and that's what I'm going to do this year. So that's part of it. My beauty routine has improved a lot. I've been using La Roche-Posay. So I use their B5 serum, their cleanser, and then the moisturizer. So I'm just really investing in personal care this year. Like, I'm very serious about it. I'm not playing no games, because I understand too that the way that I want to perform, you have to have a performance mindset. It's like, you got to take care of your body like Tom Brady or LeBron James. Like, you have to go all in on taking care of yourself from the inside out. And so I know I do a lot of that inner work, but I also have to do a lot of the physical work. So those are really my core practices: prayer, journaling, affirmations, ideation, organization, and personal care. And then the main goal. So again, always, this is great advice at any stage of life: keep the main thing type vibes, you know? And so for me, the main thing is to bring that dream life that I see in my mind, that I've always seen since I was a little kid, to reality, right? And like, when I was a kid, my main goals were to not worry about money, because I lived in a household where we were constantly worried about money. I had a Dave Ramsey mom, which actually, shout out to her, because now, after spending 20 years as a Dave Ramsey mom, she's a rich mom. Like, where she's like, take my card, I'm going to Africa. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she has no debt. She has 2 paid-for homes. Like, you know, she did the thing. She stayed committed to it, and the method worked. So now she's enjoying the fruits of her labor, like, at this stage in her life. And I live for that. But in my household growing up, we were really, really money conscious. And I didn't like being money conscious as a child. So I grew up with this thought process of like, I want to live in abundance. I want to have a really abundant life. I don't want to have to worry about money. And the threshold for that really stepped up when I had 2 kids at the same time. So if I didn't have no kids, I would consider myself like, oh my God, y'all, she's raking it in. She don't know what she doing, just giving it out. You know what I'm saying? But I have 2 kids. So they took me back down. They took me back down to like ground zero. And now we gotta like build it up again. But I'm excited about it. Like, I'm just excited about this year period, because I know what I'm putting into it. And I feel like life is a reciprocal relationship, and what you put into it, you're going to get out of it. But I feel like I got off track. So the main purpose, right, is to bring that dream life into reality. And for me, that dream life is about abundance. The second thing that I really wanted when I was a little girl was like, I wanted to be in love so bad. Like, I wanted to have this big love, and I wanted to be like, oh, my man. And I have that. Like, I have my man, you know, and he's with me 10 toes down 100%. Like, we're doing this life together, and it's really, really amazing. And that was a huge part of my dream. But my dream was literally just, I wanted to be in love and have financial stability. Like, that was like the end of my dream. I saw nothing past that. Like, literally. So for us to be in that position where it's like, I do have like a husband and a partner that I love down. And then I also have financial stability to the point where I'm not just like, can we get a candy bar at the store? No, I'm trying to pay my car off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how I grew up. Part of that also is because I'm not trying to pay my car off. I'm like, baby, take the payment. I'm not trying to pay it off. I'm good. You know, keep it, sister. But anyway, my point is, those are the things that I wanted. And that was the end of my dream. And now as an adult and as a person like that's done a few things, I'm like, I have so much space to dream a new dream and to dream a bigger dream and to bring that to fruition and to bring that to reality. And I'm really, really just excited about the ways that I'm going to be able to do that in 2025, because I'm excited about the way I'm thinking about working on it, which is about running a very strict program. So if you want to run that really, really, really strict program, then go ahead and name your program, name what you want to do, decide what your guiding principle or principles are going to be, decide on your core practices. These are the things that you need to be doing regularly to make those visions come to life, to live up to that guiding principle, and then decide on like, what is that purpose? What is that big goal that you're aiming after? Like for me, it's bringing that dream life to reality. For you, it may be something totally different, and I live for it, so whatever it is. But I think in 2026, really at any point, you know, you don't need a new year to start to make it happen, but just so happened a new year did start, so we make it happen via the new year. I love a fresh start. I love a new year, new me mentality. I'm here for that. I live for that. Let's make it happen, and I'm really excited. If there's more like different types of content that you want to see from me, or if you want me to go in depth on more things like my new beauty routine or wellness or showing my Sunday dinners or whatever that may look like, let me know. I filmed this entire video on my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This is my first time really using this bad boy for real, and I feel like this was the perfect thing for this. Like I'm really gagged right now. This was also one of my Christmas presents, so this little vanity mirror. So loving this and excited about this. But yeah, if there's more things that you want to see, if there's more things that you want me to go in depth on that are already on my Instagram, please comment down below. Let me know. And I'm really, really excited for this journey and excited to be doing the YouTube. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.